less than 2% of the vaccines that have been administered worldwide have been administered in Africa. The initial global response was to set up the COVAX facility to try and fast track and ensure a more equitable distribution of the vaccine. It hasn't really been effective. It hasn't delivered. And, Africa is now lagging behind very severely. And I think what the pandemic has highlighted and demonstrated are the severe inequalities in the world. And, the pandemic and the ability to counter the effects of the pandemic are affecting Africa more deeply than the rest of the world. And before we can look begin to look at a post-COVID economic recovery for the continent, and indeed for the global economy, we have to be able to deal with the pandemic in a more equitable way. And I think that is the immediate challenge that we all face. And we know that there have been discussions around patent waivers for vaccine distribution and manufacture on the continent, but those need to move very speedily if we're going to be able to ramp up the levels of production that are going to be required in order to protect the people on this continent from the severe effects of this pandemic.
And Lawson, you said COVAX hasn't delivered. It was much ballyhooed. Is it just a matter of it looked good on paper, poor execution? What do you think's behind that?
Well, I think there are a number of factors behind that. I think part of it is the fact that the Serum Institute in India was earmarked as being the sort of major producer of vaccines that would be distributed under the COVAX scheme. There have been severe problems in the manufacturing ability there. And I think, simply the fact that the vast majority of vaccines that have been made available globally have been swallowed up by the richer Western countries, which have stockpiled vaccines way beyond what is necessary. And the time now is for those countries that have stockpiled vaccines to make them available to developing countries, because until the world as a whole achieves population immunity against this virus, none of us are going to be safe.